There's still a sandwich behind you.
Tuna, you come be in the shot, Tuna. Come be in the shot at least, my bro. Jeez. Come up. Yeah. There we go, my bro.
Perfect.
Like a king. Huh?
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so excited. All right.
To the dance floor.
Well, in my teenager years, as every teenager, you try to be a rebel. You try to be against the establishment, against the parents. And at that time, which was basically in the late 80s, early 90s, electronic house music kind of was born and was also starting to become present in clubs and stuff. And we were minor, we were underage, so we kind of sneaked into clubs. But we were so amazed by this new experience and this new sound that very quickly, basically, that it was clear that this is the foundation of something I want to continue doing. So that was a very challenging and very inspirational time in general. I'm so-called the second generation of the electronic dance movement, but I was signed as the first electronic music artist from Austria to Frankfurt in Germany to Sony. And due to that, I had the privilege to be part of the industry in the very early days. I was the youngest for a long, long time. Now I'm kind of the oldest. So or very often. So that's how life is.
Well, I had no idea about Dubai, to be honest. I was in South Africa, just hustling away, doing gigs. I was running a club and all of these things, doing events. And I got a call from a dear friend of mine who came to Dubai and he said, you know, do you want to come over to Dubai and DJ? And I was like, Dubai, where's that, you know? But I was down because I was going to play 7 nights a week, play music. And I was like, okay, as long as I can bring my vinyl over back then, we have a deal, you know. Came over in 2004, the DJ residency at a place called Lotus One. It was kind of one of the first sort of fancy, let's say, New Yorky kind of vibe, groove bar restaurant. From there, the rest is history, you know, really.
We've been here from the beginning and it's like, we're like, you know, part of the furniture with Dubai, which is kind of nice because then when we're used to do all the openings and then, you know, when these festivals come and we're getting booked as actual artists, that's really amazing for us because that's like full circle. We came from here, we met here and we, you know, worked our way up and now we're there. So
yeah, it's like the transition from being like a resident DJ to then being an artist in your own right.
By coincidence, 8 years ago, I was asked from a friend who wanted to basically take the job that I have now since 8 years, but then decided differently and wanted to go back to Europe. And the fairy tale says that the owner of Soho told him he only lets him go if he finds a replacement. And I was asked to come here for an interview. To be also honest, let's see where this goes. I was never in Dubai before, and I didn't really know what to expect, and I didn't like the idea of Dubai or what the idea that you get from media and from other people. And I basically went into the job interview very frank with the expectation that they say, okay, thank you, go home, bye-bye. But the opposite was the fact that they really liked my frank approach. Fired 2 other people, said, here you go. And 8 years fast forward, here we are in the leading development for nightlife in Dubai. It turned out that it was really a lucky punch because it was the right destination at the right time, especially with the shift of the pandemic where so many people experienced Dubai as an open market. For many economic elements, kind of a very international hub.
Dubai was small back then, 20 years. So kind of everybody knew everybody. So there you could easily, quickly establish yourself. And I just got here at the right time and I got lucky in my connections and all the things I did. You know, so I would say it wasn't easy because you still had to really work. But as time grew by and Dubai grew bigger, it's just, you know, today it's something else.
There's loads of little underground parties that are really pushing the scene like forwards. Like you've got Duck Stoop, you've got Surf Club do like a lot of events. Like they're really pushing Beatport lives and stuff now, which is amazing for the scene. Like you get all the artists over that play for Beatport Live and stuff like that, which is a really huge thing. So I guess the underground scene is just like changing every day. Like, because there's so many different people that come here now as well. It's not like the old Dubai, like what people used to think it was.
Ben McDonald as well was around. We did the Global Funk event. It was his drum and bass night. He actually started it. And that lasted over 10 years, you know. I remember on the back of his t-shirt, it was like Global Funk before iPhones were around. That's when we started it, you know. So we had a drum and bass night for 10 years. Yeah, also during that stage is when we started the full moon parties at Nasimi Beach. That was maybe around 2009. There were no beach parties allowed in Dubai because they didn't want, you know, people mixing on the beach and being bikinis and so on. I remember I went for a meeting at Atlantis and I met the manager at this beach club, and I was just like, you know, what's happening to the beach here? You know, what's going on? And that afternoon we came up with the concept of full moon parties, and kind of 5 days later did our first event for like 500 people. And that really grew massive over the months. 1,000, 3,000, 5,000 people. At one stage, shut the tunnel down, people driving, it was crazy. We did those full moon parties for about 3 years, you know. And they really established, I think, beach parties. All of a sudden, it was beach parties everywhere, you know. And I think Sundance happened after. I'm a kid from Cape Town playing vinyl, and next thing I know, I'm on the Palm doing the biggest party in Dubai at that stage, you know. So it was, like I said, dreams coming true.
Dubai is like kind of the center of MENA and GCC region. And I compare it a little bit to the vibe that we had in the early 90s with Vienna, where we had 20 minutes to Slovakia, Czech Republic, Hungary. There was still the Iron Curtain. There was still communist era, but at some point that fell. And we used music and nightlife, particularly electronic music, to help open up those societies, because we were the aliens coming in with new sounds and new design and bringing color into the gray landscape. And we did many events there, from Love Parade to Mayday to Cream Pills, Time Warp, and so on and so forth. And this kind of is the comparable vibe here, because Dubai is now open and part of the international society and community, but you still have like Oman, Qatar, Jordan, Bahrain, Saudi, all of those are in this opening process. And I think music and culture is a very important element to add to that process. So I felt pretty fast that there's a huge potential here, and it was going over my expectations so far, but I think we have a long journey ahead of us, a long, good journey.
A couple of years ago, it was more about being there for show. The club scene was very much like bottles, blah, blah, blah. But now it's not really like that. People are going out to listen to good music.
I got it at a time where it was just shifting, you know? First it was a couple of events here and there, and like Dubai normally is, before you know, it's everywhere, and it becomes some sort of competition. You know, as the city grew, the industry grew, you know, the opportunities grew.
Dubai changed a lot.
Don't stop.
Artists only came here because they know they get twice the money. They try to not post anything. Nobody should know because of criticism, so on and so forth. But that changed totally. It's an international community. The parties are great. The production level is top-notch. Maybe Vegas is on the same level. Like, Europe is far behind. Fees are at least double, if not triple, to what they get in Europe or in most other places. And the exposure is also good. People are proud to come here. People want to be part of it. And it's basically hard to manage all the demand and all the requests from artists who want to come here, to make sure they don't come too often. Because, oh yeah, let's come, let's do another triple show.
I think even still today, you know, if you have talent, if you put in the work, you can come and establish yourself in Dubai very, very quickly, you know. Those opportunities are still there for people, and I think that's why people still come. It's just saturated, you know, it's just too much in many ways. And this is lesson one in my DJ school, my DJ lesson, which is, what is DJing about? It's about the music. Always has been, always will be. So, you know, if you want to make it, how passionate are you about the music and that drive? Because if you lose the music, you lose it. It's a dog-eats-dog world out there in Dubai, you know, in the industry. Everybody is there. People are constantly copying ideas. You see one thing, and next thing you know, there's 3-4 of it happening. You know, you see it time and time again, how the industry changes with vibes, the genres even. So yeah, have a signature. have a sound, and you get that from going back a little bit into your roots, where you're from, where you got inspired, what inspires you now, and then just buy music that excites you, that gives you goosebumps, and then just, you'll be fine.
I think you have to find your own identity. You have to find your own music style, your own genre, your own way how you express yourself through music as well as through your performance. And that might not be the right time to what the trend is right now. But if you continue doing that, at some point the trend most likely will shift towards you, and then you are ahead of the wave and ahead of the trend. And then you're not only like trying to catch something, but then you are among the persons who was first in that particular segment. And things shift always around. I think originality is a very important part rather than trying to copy. Copy leads to short-term success. That's a different approach. Some people just want to do it for fun for 2-3 years. That's fine too. But if you want to maintain that, then I think you have to go deep and do the extra mile.
It's all about like creating like more of like a legacy, or like people that will remember you. We don't want to be like a overnight success, like boom, done. Like we are taking all the steps to get to where we want to be, to create a foundation that builds like a legacy of people.
There is no hiding the fact that this industry is male dominated, and the people that are in charge mostly and high up and making the decisions are male. We don't want to be like on the lineup to make the equality better. Like if all the girls are shit, then they shouldn't be on the lineup. Like we want to be on the lineup because we deserve to be on it, not because we have a pair of debts.
It's such a topic for people to be like, oh, you're girls, you've got this, you can do this because you're girls. No. It's also about talent and artistry and things like that, and creativity and stuff. But yes, like we are females and we are like flying the flag for the female DJs, but it's also not like the main focus. It's the term female DJ that really winds me up, because we're DJs.
When I started, there was nearly, among 1,000 artists that maybe played globally, maybe there were 3 women. And of course, that changed a lot. But also here where some mistakes happened. For example, a lot of there's an English society that basically forced English promoters to book 50% of the artists to be female, which I love to have as a result, but not based on a statistic. If you want to have 50% of artists play on festivals, educate more women to become so professional to be part of that, and not force promoters to book according to a statistic, because otherwise you don't get the marketing and support from certain platforms. That's not good for the outcome of quality. It's a very man-driven industry still, so you have a competitive advantage, which is great to stand out, but then it's difficult to really grow high and far.
So for me, it's kind of neutral. I don't go like Dubai's better or playing Africa's better or whatever, because the gigs depend on what gig I do, Sometimes playing ecstatic dance for 30 people in a small little yoga studio with no one knowing, no mobile phones, nothing around. That little moment is more precious than playing on a stage of 10,000 people. And this can be on any dance floor. There's a moment when it hits, when there is this energy in the room between you and the people. It's just like this perfect little moment when I'm in full ecstasy. And so when people are in their process and actually moving, this is why I still do that. It's for those little moments.
Well, the crowd in general in every country is slightly different. When I came here, there was a lot of Lebanese and a lot of people from the region. Now it's very international, but still we don't have a lot of tourists coming to party here. I think also because obviously the people don't expect Dubai to be as free as some other places in order to enjoy nightlife on the full scope. But in general, the crowd is quite international and quite comparable to other places. Ibiza is not so different, for example.
The crowds are good here, don't get me wrong, but they're a bit more polished.
We actually get tested musically, and like our skills get tested. We obviously spent years like warming up for people, and we've had people warming up for us. And like I can tell you can really notice the difference with someone that has never or like doesn't have experience in warming up.
There's like a etiquette you have to go by, or like there's like unwritten rules that you have to stick by
to earn your respect.
Yeah.
In the,
as a warm-up teacher.
Yeah.
with all the all the digitalization of music and distribution and AI and algorithms, I think I miss a bit of the creativity that used to be given with the music. Because now, for example, if you want to be played in the radio, or you want to be on Spotify, or you want to be ranked on Beatport, the songs have to follow a certain algorithm and pattern. They have to go 32 bars, then you have to have a break, then you have the hook, then it shouldn't be longer than 4 minutes 30. Like if you go outside of that, and also outside of the melodies and hooks and notes that are currently played on the songs that are ranking in high positions, you fall through the radar, and you're not like, you're somewhere in nirvana. And that is sad, because in the end, experimenting is what makes this culture rich.
I think that I would change about it being all the time to do with who you know and like how you get booked and how you get things signed. I think because when you're like up and coming and you don't have those connections, it's like really a lot more tough. People are missing out on so many good things and good people and good tunes because they don't have like a certain amount of followers on social media, but like doesn't make them any less of a good producer.
I think a lot of the Ibiza heads have kind of realised that it's a really good space for them now. So you've got like you big boys like Pasha and Ushuaia all coming over, but they're cementing it here. So I guess maybe it could be like the new Vegas of the winter.
I think Dubai will just continue to grow in the next 5 years, and I think it will become like Ibiza in the summer, Dubai in the winter. With that will come like, you know, like the Vegas residencies, the Dubai residencies. It'll be amazing for people just to sign deals here, and I think it will be a big contender.
This is where we were formed. Like, we owe a lot to the city.
Dubai is an exciting place, you know. I feel very honored to be in Dubai because all the things I've ever wanted to do as a DJ when I started in my room playing those records, you know, not knowing what I'm doing, to being in Dubai and, you know, playing alongside DJs that inspired me. I have a beautiful family, a network of people here. It's a place of opportunity, you know. So for now, Dubai is home.
Could I have gone more far? Maybe a little bit. I think I went quite far. I still have quite a journey ahead of me. And I think it's about enjoying the path and enjoying the development. It's not necessarily to reach something. I think it's about sticking to the particular element of being in this creative industry and doing the best out of it, trying to find a little bit the float and the natural groove of life, and following that. Not always going against it. When you're young, you can do that for a while, but at some point you find out that if you go with the flow, it's much more productive, it costs less energy, and results in better visions.